Good afternoon. Well, I woke up this morning and found I had like 10 new subscribers. It blew my mind. I wanted to say hi and thanks for subscribing. I hope I make a video eventually that someone will like. But yeah. Um, well, I was really happy that the Prusa parts made it to you, Ron. I had a tracking number and it just amazed me how long it took. Well, not on. It shouldn't have. I guess I know how the mail company, the postal service works, so it just amazes me. But anyway, that's the government at work there. Enough of that. Um, just thought I'd make a small video, just some pointers before you get. I know you probably won't get started, and I don't want to. I don't want to push it on you because I know the CNC machine should come first and get that all figured out. I didn't mean to push another project on you, that's for sure. I just knew that if anyone can take those pieces and put them together and make them work, that, you know, if anyone could do it, you could. So I could just throw it on your lap like that. And I don't know. I don't think I could have on my first one, but um, there's a few parts that might just confuse you, and you won't find them on the internet. One of them is like this funny looking kind of anchor shaped piece. What that is, that's the front pulley like holder. I don't know how to explain it, but I designed it that way. Most of them had just a block that fit over this, and it had a big nut that stuck off the back, and every time the belt would change position, it would rock back and forth, and I hated that thing. So I just came up with something simple. You can make pulleys on your lathe, I'm sure. I don't have to explain anything on that. That won't confuse you at all. Yeah, you just make a pulley, put a couple washers in, and a nut. See, a nut goes right there. Nut and bolt goes through. And simple. Now I use drill rod. I think mine all came from McMaster Car. Drill rod's nice. It's nice and straight, and it doesn't rust easy. That's another good point. But what I would do with any kind of smooth rod you buy, I think I found it in 3-foot lengths. The first move I would make is buying, drill rod or smooth rod, however you want to buy it. Get the straightest stuff you can, of course. And on a 3-foot piece, I think I would cut it in half, exactly in half, and I would make that the width of the whole machine. Because, well, this machine, they screwed up. I don't like this design, really. The opening is like 9 inches, and the bed itself is 8.5, so there's no room. Like, you put clips on here and you'd never fit it in there. And this bed here, my old Prusa bed, it's 9.5 inches wide all by itself, so it's a 1/2 inch too wide to even fit on that machine. And if you cut a 3-foot chunk of drill rod right in half, you'll be able to make a machine like this that's 14 inches wide. You could put a 14-inch bed through it, and you'll see I got plenty of room. I could put clips on there, and they have plenty of clearance. They can fit all the way through there. No problem. See there? It's just nice. It's for something that's not a big deal. It's just nice. Let's see, what else? Oh, and there's this piece. It's kind of a funny horseshoe shaped piece. I just glue that on when I get the wiring put on. Yeah, you won't find it on the Prusa plans anywhere. It's a simple, stupid modification that I came up with just to hold my wires. They're not even zip tied to that or nothing. It's just like heat shrink to the wires that are on the motor, and that's all that holds the wire together, or holds it from just kind of falling on the table, I should say. Let's see what else will be different. That hob bolt I sent, that was one I had laying around that I made a long time ago, and I can't remember why I didn't use it. I think it was just a little too narrow, but I think it would work because you center that up with those washers and stuff, and take this pulley, and my printer usually prints them out a good size, and they don't need the nuts. Like this one doesn't have the captive nut and the little thing done. Doesn't have the captive nut and the I don't know what you want to call that, the keeper, you know, the lock. So I would take the gear and swap ends and push it on backwards, and it'll work. Your big sprocket will be closer, but this will fit on nice backwards, so that shouldn't be a big deal, I wouldn't think. Let's see. Oh, these extruders, it could be mounted this way, which I had to modify it. See, these two holes I had to put in afterwards, and I mounted it sideways, but it's really designed to fit off of this, turned this way and bolted through those 4 holes. Yeah, so you can change things like that. It's pretty cool, whichever way you want to do it. I just didn't like it. This was more compact on my machine, so the reason I figure you'd probably want to build a wide machine like this, it's not any more work really to build a frame wider or anything, but down the road there's always people improving these things. You may want to add another extruder, like mirror this, and put another extruder. You could extrude 2 different colors, and I just figured it's easier. It's so much easier if you have some extra space. You know, like this one can run in, I don't know, 1/2 inch off the side of the wood, and that's like an inch wider than the hotbed, and it can do that on both sides. So it's got plenty of room to add another extruder, and yeah, it just opens up more options for you down the road. So that's why I mentioned that. Let's see, the belts, all the belt keepers and stuff on the carriage, and the little deal that goes under the bed. Those are made for GT2 belts, so that'll be what you would probably be best to get, GT2. They sell these little gears, or the pulleys, for GT2, but I would get, instead of this style, this is aluminum with plastic, and I've broken these before. I would go for, if you can find them, get just solid aluminum, probably, I don't know, 20 tooth solid aluminum with the GT2 belt, and you'll be set. You'll love it. Yeah, I'd do that for the bottom too. These, the Z-axis is 5mm rod, and you don't need to get these couplers. You can use pipe or that rubber hose just fine, but I usually just throw these aluminum couplers on. They're just a little expensive though, so I mean, either way, yeah. But that's how I'd go about building it. Make it as wide as you can with whatever kind of smooth rod you could get, and yeah, that's where I'd start, just because it's so much nicer machine when they're built wide and have plenty of room. Okay. Let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, I don't think I left anything out on my little upgrades that I sent off with you, and I just realized that it probably just confused the hell out of you. I didn't want to do that. Yeah, let's see what else. I think that's about it. Oh, hey, these are the locking kind of nuts. They had they got the plastic in the end that makes them lock. Don't buy these. They're just a huge pain in the ass if you've ever tried to start one on backwards on a threaded rod. I ended up drilling them out, and they're fine. But I just get regular nuts, put it all together, and then once you get everything adjusted perfectly, you can loosen them up one at a time, throw a little dab of Loctite on, and screw it back together. That's the way I would do it, instead of, you know, the Nylock. Just a super huge pain in the ass. But yeah, I'm sure I'll come up with more shit, but this is enough of a ramble to get you started, I think. Yeah, like I said, let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to help out. I'll talk to you later.